So after a decade of buying up boy brands and destroying them by trying to appeal to girls, now Disney's wondering why boys don't watch their shit. Disney's boy trouble. Studio seeks original IP to win back Gen Z men amid Marvel Lucasfilm struggles. So what? You want to buy another IP so you can do to it what you did to Marvel and Lucasfilm? Like what? Are you going to buy Games Workshop next so you could get Warhammer 40K and then immediately start ruining it to appeal to women? Because that would be on brand for Disney. Like that's the Disney we all know and love. See, they already had Lucasfilm. They had Star Wars. They had Indiana Jones. Both really big, popular IP with men and boys. They had Marvel, big, popular IP with men and boys, and they ruined them. Like, Marvel could still be saved, I think. Lucasfilm is a lost cause at this point, but Marvel, I think, could still be saved. If they give China full creative control over the entire Marvel IP, I think Marvel might be able to be resurrected in 2 to 3 years. All they'd have to do is give China full creative control over it, and it could happen. But something tells me they're not going to do it, though. Cinderella and Sleeping Beauty aren't the only ones looking for a prince. Well, but Cinderella and Sleeping Beauty didn't actively kill the prince that they then expected to come save them. So what Disney's doing right now, imagine if Sleeping Beauty was a complete bitch and drove off the prince before being put to sleep, and then was there waiting forever for the prince to show up to save her. Nah. Leadership at Walt Disney Studios has been pressing Hollywood creatives in recent months, multiple scores tell Variety, for movies that will bring young men back to the brand in a meaningful way. Young men defined by sources as age 13 to 28, aka Gen Z. You already lost them. It's not going to happen. They know how much you hate them now. Yeah, we need more blue hairs with nose rings. That'll bring them back. First, duh. Yeah, like Clownfish and everyone else that covered this article points out, I love how the same media that's been shitting on us for pointing this out for years are now acting like, well, duh, everyone always knew this. The media is trying so hard right now to rewrite history, to just kind of make us forget that they were trying to silence us as we were saying this all along. And now suddenly they're like, oh, fuck, we're going to have to erase history and get on the winning side. Every film studio is looking for better ways to convert young audiences to habitual moviegoers. Dude, I was going to say release a video game, but the game industry has been shit for so long, Gen Z is stopping that too. Numerous studies show that Gen Z men in particular are a lonely gaming obsessed group who were hampered in their formative years by the pandemic. Not the easiest segment to grasp, but what's surprising producers, writers, and other partners in the larger industry is that Disney has been calling for original concepts to lure the demo back to the movies. This just shows you how these people are just so clueless. Oh, it's not the easiest segment to grasp. Meanwhile, anime and manga is able to grasp them just fine. Why don't you just copy what anime and manga are doing, you fucking idiots? It's obvious you guys don't even understand, so copy those who do. This is the same Disney whose multi-billion-dollar content engines, Marvel and Lucasfilm, have sated men of all ages over almost 2 decades since the company acquired them. So say Disney has been seeking new IP and pitches such as splashy global adventures and treasure hunts, as well as seasonal fare-like films for the Halloween corridor. The calls come as the Star Wars machine struggles to produce any film project, and the superhero genre sheds audiences by the minute. No, only things like the MCU and the DCU. That's pretty much it. Japan is still able to do superhero things just fine. I'm sure when the next season of Shy comes out, people are going to be all over that. While 2 insiders say the mandate to recruit young males goes as high as the C-suite. Oh, the same C-suite that has been pushing the opposite all this time? The task primarily has fallen to David Greenbaum, the former Searchlight Pictures co-head and brought on in current year -1 to run Disney's live-action film business. That label has been sorely lacking in guy leaning fare like Pirates of the Caribbean franchise for nearly 10 years. Oh yeah, now I hear they're also trying to beg Johnny Depp to come back. I don't think it's gonna happen. Not after how you treated him, unless you give him a lot of money that you can't afford right now. Yeah, see, this is actually true. So, agent of social media chaos, thanks for the book. I'm more worried about Disney buying an anime studio and then ruining anime. Everything made in the West is already a lost cause, so I don't care about Disney getting more Western crap. No, I agree with you. I 100% agree. That's been the fear for a while as anime starts replacing Western content, that anime is going to start becoming more Westernized. But thankfully, every attempt to do it has flopped hard. So hopefully that trend continues. So Studio Insider say the property is in active development, though not in its last reported iteration involving Margot Robbie. To say nothing of the lackluster attempt to reboot and hand off Indiana Jones in current year -2, which earned $383 million worldwide on a $300 million budget before marketing costs. Yeah, they didn't make any money back because the theaters got to keep most of that. A Disney source says that movies for Gen Z men are part of an overall strategy across all labels, but no more urgent than any other quadrant. And they're not going to be made, though. They literally can't make movies for men because they'll be labeled sexist and bigoted and harmful to women, blah, blah, blah. They're not going to be allowed to make them. So Japan's going to win, basically. Greenbaum recently hired Daria Sursek, the savvy former Paramount Pictures co-chief, to assist in his effort. Greenbaum is beloved by talent, but has largely existed in the prestige indie sphere, while Sursek shepherded films and franchises such as Sonic the Hedgehog, A Quiet Place, and Smile. Well, Sonic at least was, they made some smart decisions with that one when they actually listened to the fans. Some think the push of this demographic is simply Greenbaum trying to put his stamp on live action, yet numerous power players who spoke to Variety see something ominous in the tea leaves. Oh, are you finally starting to realize that driving the men away is going to ultimately bankrupt you? Well, too little, too late. Like I keep pointing out, the time for a course correction was before the ship hit the iceberg, not half an hour after it. When the execution is correct, Disney's sweet spot in the movies has been millennials. That generation rapidly consumed classic vault titles like The Lion King, 101 Dalmatians, and Lilo and Stitch as kids. Now they bring their chillins in droves to see live-action reboots. This year's billion-dollar grosser, Lilo and Stitch, over-indexed with men and boys. Disney previously said. So Gen Z is a different story, yeah. And this is why the Marvel comics are dead, because they've lost over 2 generations. No one is introducing that to their kids anymore. The habit is broken. All the kids are reading manga. Built-in interest is not nearly as guaranteed for such an audience, which propelled Warner Brothers' a Minecraft movie to a nearly $1 billion haul. That was a game Gen Z played as very small kids. No, they still play it now, dude. Everyone still plays Minecraft. This just shows you that the writers of these articles are fucking clueless. Not to mention the euphoric viral moments it created for young men filming key moments inside multiplexes and sharing them on platforms like TikTok. So the movie was TikTokable. All right. As it stands, Disney is in line with Sony and Paramount in its market share for Gen Z, 10% of ticket buyers in current year -1. That's 2 points above Universal and 2 points below Warner's, but Disney is not leaving the job of courting Gen Z entirely up to the film group. Concurrent to Greenbaum's hire, the corporation bought a $1.5 billion equity in stake in gaming juggernaut Fortnite, which will incorporate Disney's iconic stable of characters. So they created memes about AI Darth Vader. I guess something good came from it. That works. Two sources say Disney does not, however, enjoy movie rights to Fortnite itself, which would seem a no-brainer in luring Gen Z to theaters. What would a Fortnite movie even be? Like Fortnite isn't its own brand anymore. Like it's literally just an amalgamation. Oh, no, Fortnite is the digital hot topic. Like, does Fortnite even have its own identity anymore? Like they kind of killed that when they scrapped Save the World. And then they started focusing more and more on just licensed brand deals. Yes, Disney is the unrefuted king of the box office last year. It'll win again this year. Oh, congratulations! You're the king of the shit pile. You're the biggest turd on shit mountain. So all of you are going down, and you're going down slower. All right, still nice. Two films potentially crossed the $1 billion mark: Avatar, Fire and Ash, and Zootopia 2. Oh, I think Avatar will do it because, like, remember with Avatar 2, it did uh fine in the US, but Avatar 2 did massive numbers overseas. If that trend continues, I think the international market is going to carry Avatar 3. That one I think might actually break $1 billion, and it's going to be like almost all from China. All right, four movies from four. And by the way, Avatar was something they acquired when they bought Warner. Oh no, it was Fox. When they bought Fox, they got Avatar. So that's not even technically Disney, but yeah, I heard it was bad. It doesn't matter how bad it was. China loved it. As long as the same people that liked the second one turn out for the third one, it'll be fine. All right, four movies from four Disney labels have grossed more than $1 billion in the last 16 months. No other studio has had one in that time frame. So it's staggering to rival studios and deal makers that Disney's looking to blaze new trails after years of being the envy of the town, having counted for so long on things from worlds of Iron Man and the Jedi. Well, again, this writer is supposed to be like an expert in this space because, like, isn't Variety like one of those Hollywood publications? Yet they don't even understand that it doesn't matter that Disney is above their competition. All of them are losing. Disney, they might be the biggest guy on the block. They're the biggest fish in the pond, but they're still bleeding billions of dollars. So why does it surprise you that they might be looking for ways to not bleed billions of dollars? Disney CEO Bob Iger confirmed as much on a quarterly earnings call this month, saying his film group won't favor existing IP over original material. The priority, Iger said, is to put out great movies. Man, if only you were doing that for the past 10 years, you might have been successful. Walt Disney Studios declined to provide a comment for the story. Yeah, I think they're pretty much scared. They might be doing better than their competition, but it's still not good. Much has been written about the narrowing audience for superhero movies. The performance of Marvel's latest release, Fantastic Four: First Steps, which aimed to launch yet another superhero franchise led by Pedro Pascal and Vanessa Kirby, failed to meet expectations. It flopped. Just say it like it is. It fucking flopped. That's despite good reviews, a promising opening weekend, and full attention of Marvel's czar Kevin Feige. Soy Wars has not produced a film in 7 years. A big screen adaptation of Disney Plus hit The Mandalorian is coming next year. Yeah, after they killed it with the third season, the top film executive at Disney Rivals says every studio should be looking for originals as sequels and reboots continue to exhaust the culture, even if they're packed in movie goes in the short term. I'm glad we have someone in Hollywood actually finally pointing this out, but I think it's way too late. I never thought I'd say it. The exec muses about the Magic Kingdom's Boy Troubles, despite its gem box of iconic IP, but it looks like Disney's going to have to start trying. Well, the thing is, they had a gem box of iconic IP, and they threw the gems out, and then they took a big dump in that box. Disney's problems now are 100% self-inflicted. So I look forward to seeing what else they try to buy and ruin next, because I do not think they've learned their lesson. They will not be changing. Disneyland all seeing lower attendance and rising prices. Yeah, the MBAs have taken over. Let's cut costs and raise prices, bruh. And then not to mention the all the IPs. So they're removing the shit that everyone actually liked, like Splash Mountain, and they're replacing it with the new garbage nobody likes. And then they wonder why no one's coming to visit. It's really fucking hilarious how that works, isn't it?